Hi, my name is Jarno Middelbosch. I am the Director of Marketing and Communication for Europe for Lucid, a new American car brand, EV brand from California. And we're here at the Geneva Car Show to present all the news for Europe.
It's really busy right here. What's happening?
We're presenting a few new models for Europe. We actually launched this morning the SUV in our lineup, the second model that we have. It's called the Gravity. And it's very much based on the same platform and ideology of our first model, the Lucid Air.
You have a bench in the front.
We have a bench in the front. It's a very spacious cargo space, 240 liters, where you can store a lot of luggage or even have a bit of a picnic.
Nice. Maybe we can check it when now or later.
Yep.
Like, it looks so cool. People have space in the front. There. What you can say about it?
Sure. Come up here.
Yeah.
So this is our SUV. As I said, it's the second model that we have launched. It's called the Gravity. It's a 7-seater, as you can see. So 3 rows where you can have actually full-grown adults on the third row as well. Very spacious vehicle, but similar to the Lucid Air, we try to keep the outside dimensions as small as possible, but the inside as big as possible. So very spacious, and trying to focus a lot on quality materials and fit and finish to really be a premium player.
Long display up there, pillar
yeah.
to pillar.
34-inch screen overhead over the steering wheel. We have a 12-inch center console screen. Lots of storage space, as you can see, and demonstrated by my colleague in the middle. Yeah, lots of storage space on the inside as well.
All right. You can go as much to IKEA as you want here, right?
You can bring at least 2 big refrigerators, I think.
Oh.
No, so lots of space on the insides. I believe it is almost 3,000 liters of space, storage space on the inside, which is probably one of the biggest cargo capacities in the market.
And the range is going to be good?
Yeah, projected range right now is over 700 kilometers, which is pretty phenomenal for an SUV, whilst delivering still over 800 horsepower. So it's both a performance car as well as a family car in one.
Nice. And which other things you're showing here at the booth?
Sure. Let's take you to the Lucid Air Pure. Again, a new model for Europe. We have the all-wheel drive version so far in Europe, but this is the rear-wheel drive model, which is the most attainable model that we have in the range. So this starts at 85,000 euros in Germany, but is a full luxury sedan. Comes with over 400 horsepower, still almost 750 kilometers of range, WLTP, and again very spacious. It's the lightest Air that we have in the lineup. Has 16 battery modules on board, and it's very spacious on the inside. And again, using a lot of the similar materials as in the other vehicles.
In the US, you have a lot of fans, right?
Yeah, we try to build a good fan base globally.
How big is the market right now? How many, did officially Lucid say how many cars shipped?
Yeah, so we sold well over 6,000. We produced about 8,000 vehicles last year. Our projections for this year is basically deliver 9,000 vehicles in 2024, and that's a global number. And obviously in Europe we are launching, or we launched last year. We started deliveries from June onwards, and we're expanding our footprint in Europe by adding more locations, especially in Germany this year.
What do we see here?
So this is the Lucid Air Sapphire. It's the fastest car that we have in our lineup. It is as you can see, again a sedan, a family car, but it has 1,234 horsepower on board. So our fastest car in the lineup goes 0 to 60 in 1.89 seconds. So it's a true supercar material, ceramic brakes, sports suspension. Lots of really key, cool features, but still you can take the family and you can drop your kids to school on a weekday.
It's a rocket.
It's a rocket. It's a rocket on wheels.
Does it take off?
Yeah, well, if you put a few wings on it, I'm sure it will take off. But the only thing we've added is a nice spoiler, which you can see over here. So some nice carbon touches, which creates a bit of more downforce for the vehicle.
What's the top speed?
It's 330 kilometers.
That's kind of fast.
It's kind of fast, yeah.
Yeah. Who needs faster?
It is Autobahn material, right?
Yeah. I'm not even sure it's. Okay, that's scary fast.
It is scary fast.
And over there in the back, you
yeah.
you show. It says
So
World
we have,
Luxury Car 2023.
yeah, this is one of the many awards that we were awarded last year. So World Luxury Car of the Year for the Lucid Air.
It's the World Cup football, right?
It kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have a number of materials on this side. This is all the gravity, so these are the wheels that are optional on gravity, and the different colors that you see on top of that for this model. These are the interior options you can see here. So the 7-seater, different configurations and different fitted finishes. And
People can just click and order right here at
yeah,
the show?
well, not for gravity just yet. That's a pre-production model right now, but Lucid Airs can be ordered online as well as in their local studios.
And what's right here?
So these are the different materials on the inside of the car. This is all for the Lucid Air. So different options. As I said, we are a brand from California, and we like to use a bit of the inspiration from some of the locations. So you see Lake Tahoe, Mojave Desert, a few other locations at a certain time in the morning or in the day, which then has a certain light, and that color inspires the materials used in the vehicle.
Nice. What do we see here?
So this is our drive unit. The car comes with either one or two of these. As you can see, this is an exploded view, but if you look at the actual outside size of that vehicle, it's extremely small. This weighs about 74 kilos and has over 670 horsepower. So it's extremely powerful. It's the engine or the power drive unit with the highest power to weight ratio. So it's very power dense.
And the gear design?
Yeah, this is the actually diff, which is on the inside of the motor, which is actually quite unique, and that allows us to make it super compact, right? So there's no big differential on the outside of the drive unit, so it's all tucked on the inside, as you can see right over there.
All right, and is this different color?
And this is another Lucid Air model. This is called the Grand Touring. So the Lucid Air comes in different trims. It's actually available as the Pure, the entry-level model, the Touring, and then the Grand Touring as well. And as you can see over here, the Grand Touring comes well equipped as standard, with lots of the materials we just looked at for the vehicle on the outside. All the infotainment and navigation you would expect on this car. Lots of storage space in this vehicle as well. Here in the middle console, actually there's a little party trick over here where you can actually slide this one away, which creates even more space on the inside.
That's awesome.
Right?
So how do you get to millions of cars sold? What is your manufacturing strategy? And where do you make all these cars?
So we are designed, as we say, in California. And engineered, and we are producing our cars and assembling our cars in Arizona in the United States. That's where all of our cars are being built right now, including these cars that come to Europe.
It's a growing market, right?
We like to think so, yes.
It could grow even faster. Are there too many people waiting to get their car, or how does it work?
No, I mean,
or they get it when they want?
So people can drive and order these vehicles when they want. So in Europe, I would say there's a very short timeline between ordering and delivery. It's for some models, depending on the specification, people can order and basically drive in the following week. So that's really fast. And we are expanding, as I said earlier, in the European region. So deliveries will be fast and efficient.
Wasn't there also some investments in the Middle East in the company? Are they getting their cars over there also?
So, very good question. We are actually a publicly traded company. We are on the NASDAQ, but we are indeed also in Saudi Arabia, where one of our biggest investors is based as well. The Middle East is an important market for us externally, or outside of the US. And we are indeed also going to produce cars there right now. So we have opened a factory there late last year.
In Saudi?
In Saudi Arabia, correct.
Wow.
And this is where currently we do sort of knockdown, but in the future we'll be producing full vehicles.
If you want, you could be making way more than 9,000, right?
Yeah,
very
so
quickly, very soon.
Exactly. So that's now ramping up to make sure that we have demand globally for the products that we have on offer.
What do you usually say when people ask how you compare with the Tesla?
It's a common question, right? We are both Silicon Valley-based companies. We have a few links to Tesla, obviously. I think what makes us different is a few things, right? So Tesla, I think, is great in innovation. We'd like to think we are really good in innovation as well, especially if you look at the best-in-class range, fastest charging, lowest drag coefficient. All of that technology is done in-house, similar to Tesla. But where we try to push things a little bit further is low specs, so being best-in-class in many of those areas, but also the fit and finish and the luxury component to this. So we also like to really compare ourselves with some of the European and the German OEMs and go toe-to-toe with some of those manufacturers.
Has there ever been some thoughts into making very low-cost version of something?
So, as I said,
in a huge quantity?
So what we presented here this morning is our second model, the Gravity SUV. We've already announced also that there will be a mid-size model coming after that. So, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it low cost, but definitely more affordable and appealing to a bigger audience and a bigger part of the market for sure. So.